station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala. Auto repair with personal care. We know what we're talking about. Matt Gibbs and the guys over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right. We'll treat you right.
And Matt looks good today too. Last week I had the camera doing something wacky, and he looked a little bit stretched out. You know, Robin was so confused, so concerned last week that you looked too stretched out that she did not post last week's interview.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you.
I said, Matt's not going to care.
No, I appreciate it.
He doesn't mind being stretched out a little bit.
Well, I'm already stretched out a little bit.
The camera did something really funky, but today it's looking good. So how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. The phone line is open if you have a question about your car that you'd like to ask Matt. I guess I didn't introduce Matt properly. The show is called Auto Repair with Personal Care. Matt is the owner of Sunrise Automotive and Crossroad Auto Sales. If you want to buy a new car or buy a car for somebody, maybe. It's not a bad idea. And he comes on the radio so that you can get some of your automobile questions answered. Maybe it's not a mechanical question. Maybe it's an advice about buying a car or an advice about getting an accessory for your car as a gift or for somebody else.
Anything to do with your car.
This is the funnest part of an auto supply store is like the accessories. I always look at those things. Like the little silver lady that is controversial for some reason. I like her.
You do?
Yeah. Oh. I don't have a problem with her. Do you?
No, not really.
No?
I mean, it's been around since.
Doesn't no religious problems with that?
I mean, it doesn't have. I don't have a religious problem with it.
I don't either.
I mean, I'm not trying to promote something that
It's just.
I wonder where it came from. That's the interesting question. Where did it originate from?
Yeah, where did that silhouette of a caricature of a woman, basically?
Where did that come from?
Mud flaps. That's where I first saw them on mud flaps.
Me too.
What about the things that
Let's ask Sonny. If Sonny's listening, I'm sure he'll know.
What do you think about the things that dangle from the hitch? You know, the trailer hitch?
Which things that hang?
Well, sometimes people will have things dangling from their trailer hitch.
I've seen all kinds of things hanging.
So do you have a problem with them?
Yeah, depends on what's hanging.
I mean,
the one that looks like run over a bull.
Yeah. Do you have a problem with that? They do look funny, don't they? They're hanging there.
Yeah, they're just hanging there, just dangling along.
It is to determine the gender of your vehicle.
Yeah, okay.
Don't you think cars sometimes look like people? I mean, they
yes.
do. Yeah.
Yes. You can learn a lot from somebody's car.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, like what's in it?
Yeah, how they keep it and what's in it.
Do you know this Uber service? It's the alternative to taxis. Is the Uber?
Yeah, I've heard some stuff going on about that.
Well, some cities don't like Uber. Uber is basically you and me.
Okay.
We decide we want to make money by just driving people places. So we sign up for Uber, and then we have to pass their tests or whatever. And then once we're okay, then we get a text on our phone or whatever, and they say, hey, I'm at the corner of Broadway and 5th, and I'd like to be taken uptown.
Okay.
So then we show up. And Uber's rules require that your car is pristinely clean. So I would have to keep my car clean. It's not something I'm really good at.
Well, you take it into a cleaning service.
But I mean the interior. Nobody cleans the inside, do they?
Yeah.
They do?
Dude, I'm telling you, if you ever brought me your car and said, hey, you got this car for a day and a half, make my car look new. When you came back to pick up your car,
really,
you would say, that's not my car. What'd you do with my car? That's not my car. You would not recognize your car.
I might do that. How much does that cost?
Like $150.
Really?
Yeah. Inside, outside, you can open the hood.
I never heard it put that way before. That's called detailing?
Yeah.
Well, you hesitated. Is it something more than detailing?
Well, I guess, someone I'm going to get my car detailed, and someone goes, washes it, waxes it, and vacuums it out. And
it's not the same.
This is way beyond way beyond.
I mean, the little dust that's
There's no dust in the car when you get it back.
the little, the stuff in the prenindle up where
Yeah,
the peak.
yeah. Even the prenindle's clean.
Really?
The vents are clean. I mean, it's
Somebody's busy.
somebody works. Really
I hope that
good.
person gets paid well. That doesn't seem like $150 can pay that guy enough.
It's a excuse me. It's amazing.
It's a lady,
How this-
man. Two people.
It's a team.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like I'm paying enough though for that. I mean, if my car was clean already, maybe. But they're going to look at my car. I'd feel bad with $150. I'd have to.
Well,
give more.
I just would say this: take everything out that's valuable that you want to, or not valuable. I'm not making it sound like they're a bunch of thieves, but take out everything you want to keep.
Because they're going to throw it away.
They're going to throw everything else away.
Okay, so I got to go through my mail, make sure there's no important bills in there. All right. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Morning.
Say, my stepson is going to be shopping for tires here pretty soon. He's running around on 4-ball tires. And, we're talking together about it the other day. The price range is, you can get a 40,000-mile tire for $60, $70, and you can get a whatever for $200 a tire. The question to you is there more safety built into a more expensive tire?
I wouldn't necessarily say there's more safety built into it. There are some really, really good tires out there that I got to be very careful what I say because I have name for tires, like different tire companies.
Yeah.
I have different names for them,
Right.
and I don't want to.
Because some you don't like.
Well, here's the deal. You're paying for a tire,
Right.
or you're going to pay for a tire and the name of a tire. Does that make sense?
Yes. A lot of
Okay.
sense, yeah.
So there's a lot of tires
Like
out
shoes.
there. Exactly. And there's a lot of tires out there that make great tires, and you don't necessarily have to pay for the name of that tire.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? That you can get 50, 60, 80,000 mile wear on tires, and I have certain brands of tires that we sell that are not where you're buying the name, and they're great quality tires.
That's good to know.
Absolutely.
And coming from you, then I believe it. See, this, I think what
You have them on your car.
I do.
Yeah, you didn't pay for the name of a tire. You
Did I
paid
get-
for the tire.
Did I get my tires from you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I forgot.
With a high mileage tire, are you just getting more rubber on the tire, or what's the deal on that?
No, a lot of times you get a harder compound. You don't necessarily get thicker rubber. You're getting a harder compound of rubber, so therefore the tire will last longer. Like Z-rated tires, they're very, very expensive. They're very sporty. They're low profile. They're on the Corvettes. They're on the high-performance Mustangs. They're Z-rated, but you get 30,000 miles out of them because the rubber's so soft compound, it grips to the road. So there's different compounds of rubber that give you different life.
Yeah.
And if it's just
So, in other words, a tire can give you a certain kind of a ride, a soft ride or a hard ride or whatever, right?
Absolutely. And also, air pressure in the tires can affect that too, and
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And thank you. And I think the concern he was expressing was that is this formula correct? The more I pay, the safer they are.
No.
And yes, and I love the answer. And that's what you sold me. And I forgot. But yeah, you're right. I had my whole car aligned and everything by you guys. Wow, we have another call coming in. We might have to split it up between this and the next because we got a break coming up. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt. We might have to split the question.
All right. Basic question is, this is Sonny calling, Matt.
Hey, Sonny.
Do you have you still use nitrogen in the air?
Yeah, my nitrogen machine is broken. I just haven't gotten around to fixing it yet. But I do like using the nitrogen.
Well, I've been using it for years now, and I think it makes a big difference.
It does make a difference.
I know.
what they say.
I know there's a lot of arguments against it, but I find my personal findings is it makes a difference in the life of the tire, how the tire looks, etc., etc.
Can you hang on, or do you want to go? Because I got to take a break.
All right. All right. Take the.
All right. Let me take the.
Ask Matt if they want to reinstall the nitrogen program. I'll hang up now. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Sonny. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be mostly cloudy today with a shower or two around, a high 68 to 72. And clearing tonight, lows ranging from 46 in the coolest inland spots to about 55 along the coast. Tomorrow, breezy and cool with times of clouds and sunshine and a high of 65 to 69. For Wednesday, times of clouds and sun and even cooler, the high 58 to 62. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Yes, it's that time of year again. Christmas Days at WOCA, and we are in the spirit of giving. What you need to do to win is call us when we ask you to, and we'll put your name in the drawing. Remember, you can only put your name in once. You may win a certificate from Pac Mail, or one from Ocala Utilities, or one from Downtown Jewelry and Pawn of Bellevue, or Dance Alive, or... So listen to put your name in, and listen to win on WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Do things you used to love once a week, like game night with friends. Familiar activities will activate the pleasure centers in your brain. Here's a bad habit that can cut your chances of advancement right in half. Gossiping. Only go shopping in high heels. That uses up enough brain power that you're less likely to give in to impulse purchases that's way out of your price range.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
Now read Ocala Downtown Newspaper online.
All right, Matt Gibbs is here from Sunrise Automotive and also from Crossroad Auto Sales. So if you want to buy a car, that's where you would go. And the reason I would recommend Matt is simply because he's honest. He's going to be honest with you. That is the bottom line for me. He knows his stuff and he's honest. So those two things always work for in any profession. So before we left, Sonny was asking about the nitrogen in the tires. I was convinced it makes a difference too, and I know that's what you said. Your machine is now not working.
Yeah.
But for those who never heard about this, explain the science. Why is nitrogen better?
Well, nitrogen is one gas. It's just nitrogen. Okay. When you put air in a tire, you're putting what we breathe into a tire, and we don't breathe oxygen. We breathe air. It's made up of a bunch of different gases.
Yeah.
There's carbon dioxide. There's nitrogen. There's it's made up of all these different gases, and all those different gases respond differently because of weather, because of temperature, because the molecules inside your tire. This molecule will do this, and that molecule does that, and this, and it's right now we're getting into the cold season, and we've had several people coming by the shop saying when it's colder in the morning, their TPMS light, which is tire pressure monitoring system light, is on. It's saying the left front tire is low. And it may be just a couple pounds different than the other ones. And if you drive the car, then all of a sudden your light goes out. Why? Because you heated that tire up. You've changed the molecules. You've changed the structure of the inside of the tire. But nitrogen is the same. The molecule stays the same. It's a bigger molecule. It's a large molecule. Therefore, it gives you a more comfortable ride. It stays in the wheel better. A lot of times you might not have a leak, but why do you always have to add a couple pounds of air every once in a while?
Yeah.
When people come in to get a service, we never take air out of a tire. We always put air in a tire.
Right.
why do we have to constantly do that every 3,000 or 4,000 miles? Well, because the air escapes. The nitrogen molecule it just seems like when cars come in with nitrogen, we never have to add nothing to the tire.
Oh, really?
It stays in there. Which means too also that the tire, the lower the air pressure, the hotter the tire is going to get. So at least with nitrogen, you keep everything inflated to where it's supposed to be. It seems to stay there better. It rides smoother. It rides with more comfort.
Yeah.
And that's my con, or that's my pro for nitrogen.
Yeah. Is there a con?
No, the only con is if you have a nail in the tire or whatever, and you gotta find someone with nitrogen. The other thing is that if there's a nail in your tire, you don't have to freak out and say, I can't put air in it, because there's nitrogen in it. You can go ahead and put air in the tire anyway.
Yeah, sure.
So, and it doesn't hurt it. It doesn't, these two gases aren't not going to mix kind of thing. So it's really, the issue I have on my side, it's expensive. Air's pretty cheap.
Right, okay.
Nitrogen is expensive. You have to buy the nitrogen, then you have to buy the equipment to press it into the tire.
Right.
So
can I ask you an opinion on the canned Fix-A-Flat products? What was that?
Don't ever buy that stuff.
Don't ever buy it?
Never.
Why? I thought that was a great just-in-case thing.
No, it's not. It's not. I'd rather see someone buy a can of like CO2.
Yeah.
Or don't Fix-A-Flat. I've seen guys hurt by Fix-A-Flat.
Do they Fix-A-Flat though? Do they do what they say they do?
Well, they'll pump up the tire and they put that. I don't even know what that. I call it spooge. That's that chemical inside the tire.
Right.
But when if we don't know that stuff's in the tire,
right.
It can explode on us.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's if someone does put it in there, make sure you tell the service technician, hey, there's a can of Fix-A-Flat in there. And we deal with that tire different than if there's not.
So let's just, for example, let's say I'm on the highway, and I have Fix-A-Flat, and I don't have AAA or anything like that, so I have no choice. I got to use it. I drive to the first garage I can get to. Do you guys then scrape out that crud that just...
Yeah, I have to go out, and after it explodes all over us, and then we have to go out there and wash it all up, because it's actually like, it's a liquid. It's not air. It's not a gas. It's a liquid. So therefore, now so every time, stop and think about this, every time you stop the car, where's all that liquid go? To the bottom of the tire.
Oh, okay.
So now you got.
How does it stop the leak though?
Well, because it's supposedly
it gets into that hole.
It gets as the tire goes, it coats the tire, and the air pressure keeps it up against the hole. That's their theory. But every time you stop, it all goes to the bottom of the tire.
So no good.
Well, then you start taking off, and the car's shaking and vibrating and all that stuff because you got 8 ounces of fluid stuck in one part of your tire.
Oh wow. Okay. So bad Christmas gift idea.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Phone is ringing. Let me answer the phone. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Good morning, Matt. This is Sonny again.
Hey, Sonny.
I'm seriously thinking that maybe it would be a good idea if you had a program where you did like tire rotation balancing and whatever every so often, and you also put the nitrogen fix in the tires. I mean, there's a program you actually have to pay for, because you don't do nothing for nothing. You couldn't stay in business that way.
Right.
But what I'm getting at is some of these tires, you can hear people going down the road, and it goes boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
And you say it's out of balance, but you don't see the tire bouncing. But it still makes that sound. In other words, the tire was out of balance for quite some time, and you have these worn spots. One side will be less rubber than the other. And even if you balance it, it still makes that noise, indicating that the tire may be out of round or whatever. And I thought that the rotation and nitrogen type of program, if you had it, would be beneficial for everybody, just to come in, once or twice a year to get your tires rotated, balanced, and checked out again. The tires would last a lot longer. And I'll hang up and listen to your opinion on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonny.
WOCA for your programming.
Thank you, Sonny.
Sonny, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
That would be really good for me to do at this point right now anyway, because I just bought a brand new 3D front end alignment machine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's really cool. A lot of the new cars are using electronic steering and their steering angle sensors, and so I had to buy a new machine to stay with the Joneses kind of thing. Yeah. I just bought a new style wheel balancer, because a lot of the new wheels now you can't put weights on the outside of the on the outside of the wheel.
Oh, wow.
You can only put them on the inside. So there's a special balancer that balances them and allows us to put all the weight on the inside of the tire of the wheel, so that you don't see them.
Okay.
And so yes, I've done all that. That's already done. It's already working in place, and so now would be a great time to get my nitrogen thing going again, and have that kind of service, because it will extend the life of your tire dramatically. You take care. It's just like anything. You take care of something, and you get more use out of it. And the more you take care of your car, and then you have to break the car down into areas, and tires. So if you did it once or twice a year, we rotate tires a lot. People come in and I try to get them in the habit of rotating their tires every other oil change. It just makes it easier. So about every 8,000 miles,
really?
They're rotating their tires, and it just extends the life of the tire dramatically.
Before we went on the air, you had. I don't mean before you went on the air, you worked on Robin's mom's car, but you were talking about Robin's mom's car because she had brought her car to you with a problem. It's kind of been a chronic problem for her, right?
Yeah.
And you finally figured out what it was.
Yeah.
And then I said to you, would it be better for her to get a new car? You said, no, her car is fine.
Yeah.
What year is her car?
Oh, no.
I think it's older than mine.
Yeah, hers is like a 2002.
Okay, mine's a 2. So but I like the idea that you are confident that an older car doesn't necessarily have to be traded in.
No, I look at each car. I look on an individual basis. It really determines. I mean, even the appearance of the car, the way the car looks, the way the car runs. Have they serviced it? Have they not serviced it? I mean, if is it all dented up? Is the paint peeling off? You look at the whole picture. I look at the whole picture. I had a gentleman come in the other day. He needed an engine put in his car. Okay? I wouldn't do it. I told him I am not the garage to put an engine in this car. And he asked me why. He was kind of getting upset with me.
Yeah, sure.
And I said, sir, I looked at the whole car.
Right.
Not just the blown up engine.
Right.
Where most garages would say, hey, here's a good job.
Sure. Yeah.
I looked at the whole car, and I explained to him, I said, the money that it's going to cost you to put an engine in this car, you'll never see that money ever again. You're wasting the money, because the car as a whole is not even worth putting an engine in.
Oh, well.
It's time.
You should have sold him a car.
Well, I let him look, but I wasn't going to pressure it. And he took the car away, and I think he might have gotten one somewhere else, but I wasn't going to do that.
By the way, real quick story from Robin's husband, Ronnie. He got a ticket in the mail, a $5 fine for driving through a toll booth down in South Florida without paying. It wasn't him. It was the old license plate from the old car that they junked.
Really?
Yes. They didn't take the license plate off the car that they junked. Somebody has the license plate, or the whole car. We're not sure what. And he went to the highway patrol and they said, well, it's a $5 fine, only $5 for running through a toll booth, whatever. The highway patrol said, you better just pay it. There's not a whole lot you can do about it. But can you imagine that? I mean, can you imagine if it was something really bad, like a hit and run or something like that?
That's right.
So lesson learned, take that license plate off when you trade in your car.
Yes, absolutely. Because that license plate will always stay in their name. And what they need to do is go to DMV.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
And report it to the DMV.
Yeah. That's exactly what he's doing, but I just wanted to share that with you real quick. Matt, what's your phone number?
My phone number is 352-690-1993, or you can come see us at 1800 Northwest 10th Street, right here in Ocala, Florida.
Very good. And call me if you need that information repeated. I'll be glad to give it to you. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Larry.
We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. Recent protest over claims of police brutality with no charges against the officers, prompting the release of new racial profiling limits.
Calling racial profiling wrong, profoundly misguided, and ineffective. Attorney General Eric Holder is getting ready to release new guidelines for police around the country amid protests over police-involved deaths in New York and